Last night, all I think about is you.
Hello, hello, it's Carrie with So Much Glitter. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you guys here. If you have not done so yet, please subscribe to my channel and turn on the little notification bell down in the corner. And if I have inspired you today, please share this with a crafty friend so we can create together. So what we're going to do first is we're going to gather some of our supplies. We're going to gather our favorite drink, our favorite snack, and then I want you guys to join me around the craft table. Now that we have all of our supplies, what we're going to do is we're going to create some simple tags today. I'm just going to do a really quick video using some things that have inspired me because I have a little bit of a bigger project in mind. I just haven't received everything I need to do it. Okay, so let's take this midweek break. Let's take some self-care and let's create some tags. What I have done is I've created some jumbo tags, and I've created jumbo tags with this stencil as my template. And I have some pixie spray on the back of this stencil. You don't have to use pixie spray. You can use whatever you want to adhere your stencils. I have a magnetic mat here. You could do that. You could use washi tape. I prefer pixie spray because it doesn't move, it doesn't bleed. Whatever medium I want to use within the stencil, I'm good to go. But just as a caveat to that, it does make the back of your stencil a little bit sticky. So there's going to be like a right side and a back side, if you will, and you can soak that off in some warm soapy water. Okay, so I have a little bit of a project going on, like I said, and I'm still waiting for all of my books to arrive because if you know me and if you've been following me, you know I'm a bit of a book lover. And I have had a new little obsession with thrift books. So, and that's not a bad obsession to have, hey. But I'm still waiting for things to arrive. What I wanted to do was work with this Stitch and Time kit from Be Happy Stationery. I've only printed out 3 pages from 23 pages. And because I wanted to keep this as simple as possible and not too complicated, I'm not creating a full journal out of this kit. I am using this kit in conjunction with another project that I'm doing. So I'm very excited about that. I want to create some tags to go into a collage journal that I'm going to be making. So stay tuned for that because I do go live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And then I try to throw one recorded video in during the week as kind of like just like a little palette cleanser to give everyone like a little bit of a creative boost during the week, if you will, because things get a little bit too serious, I think, during the week. And this is my self-care, and I want this to be your self-care too. So I have printed out a few of these things that I enjoy from Be Happy Stationery. And so Be Happy Stationery is right here. They're on Ko-fi. She's on Facebook. And I do not have a QR code for her like I normally do on my other things. But I've gotten out some lace, I've gotten out some ribbon, and I've picked my color palette, and I based my color palette off of this lovely lady right here. So I have this pixie sprayed to my tag because this is what I want to use. Okay, so I have some worn lipstick, I have some Shattered Bee Shutters, and I have some Salty Ocean. I based that all on here, but I didn't want to do the exact same tone as what's in the printable. I wanted it to be offset a little bit. So I'm going to set these things aside. And I'm going to get out this, and I have some brushes right here. If you can see, my editing skills are not so fabulous. So I keep it real here in the craft room. What I want, I'm going to set this off to the side just so you know what I'm using. And I am going to use this stencil here with these colors, and then I'm going to kind of layer some things on top. And maybe while we're waiting for that to dry, I can start on the second tag that I want to use and just kind of make it like fun little paper crafting. I also have my Kuretake Gold, which is my absolutely most favorite gold because it just screams liquid sunshine and gold. So if you can kind of see that there, you know it doesn't disappoint. And I did get this on Amazon, so it's under $10. Okay, so I'm going to start with the blue, and I'm going to use one of my newer blending brushes that I have because I did exchange out my blending brushes. My old blending brushes are these things. They're a lot bigger. I do like them a little bit more, except there's less control over the gooseneck right here. And this is thicker. I have more control over it. I have these saved in my stash. I needed new ones because these are almost 10 years old. So anyway, I'm going to pick up some ink on my brush and then I'll kind of show you how I clean them off, but I really just try to keep these like within the same color family. And as Tim Holtz would say, I do not freak my freak about my crafty supplies really playing together. Like if I want to use Distress Oxide, if I want to use Distress ink, I don't really worry about that a whole lot. Like I just kind of live and let live with that, with my art supplies. They do like each other. They play well together. Um, I do clean them off in between, so I'm not really contaminating anything. So I have that going on, but I'm a little bit careful about that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get out my pink. And look, I haven't even used my pink, but this is very deceiving because it comes with a dark pink as well. So I think I mistakenly used orange because I was doing this really early in the morning one morning and it was kind of dark and I haven't cleaned it, but this is going to be my red. So maybe I thought that that was the red family. I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. Okay, so I have this and I just want to get this really saturated because these are brand new brushes. Um, and I'm just going to continue to lay this down and this is the worn lipstick and I'm just going to kind of work in like the whole color wheel type fashion. This stencil is so amazing because you can use it with so many different things. You can use it with card making, you can use it with junk journaling, you can use it with scrapbooking, you can use it with darn near everything. And I like it. I've used, and I haven't used my green yet either. I have done some fun cards with this, with watercolors, like doing the gradient. You could basically like create your own color wheel, like whatever you want to do. Okay, so we're just going to keep going here, and I'm filming this at the end of a very long day. So I needed some self-care. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over and I'm just going to use what I had on my brush. So what I meant to say is I hope you guys are having a fabulous week. You're taking some time for self-care and you're creating something just a little bit of fun, right? Just a little bit of fun. We don't need to create a full project from beginning to end. And then there is this rainbow right here. And I just kind of have this off to the side because this is just going to really be part of the layering up of the background. What I do want to do that I did forget to do is get one of my script stamps because I want it to match the scripting here because I don't want to cover everything up with paper, which you could do, which I probably will do over here at some point, but for the sake of today, I just want to use this as an element into my project. So let me go get that stamp. By the magic of the pause button, I have the stamp. I need to take a sip of my drink I have off to the side because I've been talking all day. My throat's a little bit dry. And excuse me for bumping the camera. Okay, so I have this Stampers Anonymous stamp, part of the Tim Holtz collection. I did get this off of Amazon. And it was just under $20. So, I'm going to put this off to the side and I do kind of save it with this and I don't clean off the back because it does stick to this or I'll like paper clip it here and I'll just put it back in my stash. Okay, so what I really like about the script stamp is that the script is all every which way. Here, it's, more uniform. This way, it's upside down, inside out, back ways, sideways. It is what it is. I like it. It's a really good background stamp. I'm going to use my VersaFine Clair. I'm going to use Morning Mist. I'm not going to use black because I don't want it to overpower what's going on here. I strictly want it to be in the background. I haven't really used this one a whole lot. I've only used it a little bit because this one's my favorite because there's no right side to it. And that's what I love about it. But I want something a little bit bigger and I maybe will do like upside down and make sure that it has no right side. So it doesn't matter. It's just part of the background, right? and I am like getting everything everywhere. My mat's moving, so my apologies. I have a Glassboard Studio mat, which I absolutely love, but I don't film with the glass on because of the glare from my lighting. Um, so I have just like a Ranger craft mat, like a waterproof mat, probably for watercoloring, and I've done everything on this mat. I absolutely love it. It cleans so well and it rolls right up and rolls right out when it needs to. And yeah, so I'm just going to kind of put this over this. I like the morning mist because it's not too overpowering. I really like to do the whole second generation stamping. Like this is just going to clean up like a dream. So if you have a craft type mat that is very versatile for mixed media, I highly, highly recommend it. Okay. And this is just how I'm going to do this. And that's mostly clean, but I will probably wipe it off. I'm going to wipe this up right here. It just wipes up perfect. And let's get the lid on here because I will forget. Okay, and so what I want to do now, I want to cut out, like I want to fussy cut her. If you don't like fussy cutting, you don't have to do something like this, but I, in the description box below, have a special coupon for anything in her kit, or anything, any kits in her shop is what I meant to say. Um, and I might use this as an element too, because that's kind of where I got my colors from, but I'm just really just going to kind of like bubble fussy cut it, if you will, just really like no rhyme or reason. I just don't want it to, it doesn't need to be like extremely perfect or whatever, but I want to get the silhouette of her because I thought she was really interesting. And this is how I'm just going to cut it out. Let's get rid of some of this excess paper because it's going to get in the way. So anyway, so I do have a special coupon code, which is in the description box below, for Be Happy Stationery for her Ko-fi shop. So that's really fun that she did that for us. So it's good for anything in her shop. And so if you have been inspired by this kit, this is a really large kit and it's a stitch in time. So if you are a seamstress or you know about somebody who loves to sew, who loves to quilt, like who loves to get super creative with like stitching and fabric and all of that, I highly recommend this kit. Okay, so I'm probably just going to glue her on here because I do want to do a pocket as well. And I just want her to be like the focal point of my tag because the project that I'm working on is going to be, it's to me, I'm taking a stitch in time to a whole different level. So it's like I am doing, you'll have to see. I'm probably going to like share the idea on my upcoming live, but I want to use this. It is not a sewing journal. It is basically a pop culture journal. And so I'm using a stitch in time for that pop culture journal, if you will. But because I'm curating this, it is what is pop culture to me for growing up. And it's not like my passion project that I have going on, like my 80s junk journal. So if you haven't seen that, check that out on my channel. And I need to develop my playlist a little bit more comprehensive than what I have right now. So my apologies. But I am such a new channel that I really haven't gotten into doing like my playlist so far. I want this to make the pocket. Like I haven't updated it, if you will. I do have a playlist that is valid and it's current, but it's just not updated. I'm going to glue her down first. And of course the Kiritaki Gold is going to fit right in here. We don't need to make this complicated. This can be just like a fun, simple project for a larger project. And so anyway, so it's going to be like more of a pop culture journal, but I'm going to use the journal rather than making a journal this time. I'm going to use one of the books that I ordered as the journal, and I'm going to take elements of all of the books that I ordered and make it one big like pop culture type thing that really kind of speaks to me. It resonates with me. It's going to resonate with most of you, so like stay tuned. Um, But anyway, so I'm going to glue her down kind of as flat as I can. And of course, this is where I'm going to notice like where I didn't put the glue. And so I'll just like do a dab. A dab will do. And then I'm going to get out a microfiber cloth and I'm just going to, my microfiber cloths are well loved. So I've got like spots of glue everywhere and all of that. I just kind of want to make sure she's as down as she's going to get. Just because she's not in the pocket, right? So I should have been a little bit more careful to get all of my glue out to the edges. Not going to worry about it. I did print this out. This is a printable kit. You're not getting a physical kit when you purchase from Ko-fi, from Be Happy Stationery. You are getting a digital kit. So I did print it out at home and I use a matte double-sided photo paper and it's 42 pounds, I believe. I think it's 42 pound and I really, really like it. And I don't have to think about what's the right side, what's the wrong side. It's not glossy. And then that comes really in handy for home printing and journaling and all of that. I do have glossy photo paper that I do use for like pictures of my grandson and family pictures and photos and all of that. But um this is just for my crafting, this cardstock. And then I'm just going to flip this over and cut this down. I'm probably going to have to re-glue it because of how I realized how I just glued it out to the edge. Like I really wasn't thinking. You can really tell it's the end of the day. But I'm going to go like this. This glue that I use is really good. And I'm going to show you in just a second what I use. I used to be an art glitter glue, a diehard art glitter glue girly. Loved that stuff. Couldn't get it certain times of the year that I wanted it. And if you know me, I live in Southern California, so it doesn't freeze here, but maybe a few times a year. So anything can kind of shift when it wants. I'm just gonna make sure that this. I normally will fold a piece of paper and put something in here while I'm gluing it down. I didn't do that with this because I had her and she's kind of bumped up anyway. So then I switched over to Bearly Art. Loved that. It got a little bit pricey because I go through my glue so fast. I switched over to this when I started junk journaling. It's the Line Co. Neutral pH adhesive. I get this off of Amazon. This was $8 when I bought it. And it normally lasts me, I buy maybe one or two of these a year. And then I just fill up my glue press and I'm good to go. I love it. And the glue press really helps my hands. So I really like that aspect of it as well. What I was gonna do, which I didn't do, is put these spools behind her. I really like her, so let's stand by with if I want her to go on here or not. You could put anything you want right here. I could stamp right here. I could do whatever. I kind of just wanted to leave this um open to because I don't know what page or whatever that's going to go to, but I wanted to leave it open for interpretation to go in my project. And sometimes I like to do that. Like in my card making too, I like to do that. Like I don't necessarily need to decorate the full inside of the card unless if I know where it's going. But I'm just gonna really just like bubble cut around this. And I might be able to lift her up. I'm not gonna be able to do that either. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I don't know. I mean, this could go in here, Leslie. But I kind of just want to maybe like put this right here. Let me get my pencil and kind of outline it. As you can see, we do very intricate measuring and we're very precise here on my channel. Oh goodness. Not. I hate measuring. So we're just gonna kind of like tuck this behind. And I know I have a little bit of pencil mark right here, but I just really want to leave this open and keep it kind of abstract and leave this open for interpretation on a project. Now what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to end up cutting this in half. And then I'm just going to glue this up here or down here. Like, I don't know where I want her to go. I just kind of wanted this. That's what I'm going to do. I just kind of wanted this tag to be real fun and funky and just start like putting elements down because then I want my Kiritaki gold to really kind of seal the deal for the project to make it real fun and funky. Um, I do try to wipe off the glue because I don't want my scissors to get all gluey because I do have glue scissors and these are not it, but I don't want to keep switching scissors, so I'm going to have to wipe this down with alcohol when I'm done. Um, and it's kind of late, so I can tell you I'm not going to do that right now. But just to kind of keep these, I started hearing all the beeps and I got like confused. um, we can kind of keep this upside down. We can, kind of wiggle it all around. We can do whatever we want to do up here. It's, I'm not really gonna, like, I don't want this. I'm not really gonna freak my freak about the whole thing. Okay. But I do want this to be a little bit up on the edge just so it's kind of flush like that. So if you ever just get like an idea of you just want to start slapping some paper and glue down on like a fun little project, I highly recommend getting out your supplies, see what you can use as a template, and just start decorating something. Pick the color palette from whatever your inspiration is. This could be a collage. This could be the kit that you purchased from Be Happy with your code. This could be whatever you want it to be. I think I want to put her down here because I think she looks a little bit sassy to me and I like it. I like her being a little bit sassy. So I'm just going to put her off to the side, I believe. And then if I want to do any stamping, or maybe I want to get out like my little fun and funky retro label maker, I could do that with her. So let's just put her down because this is going to be a fun project. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have all notifications turned on so you are notified when I go live. You're notified when I come out with new content. You're notified when I post. I'm really trying to be active on my community tab. So if I have inspired you to do anything from any of my videos, you could put that in my community and we can like kind of get inspired from each other. So I want this to be the tag. I am going to kind of make a tag with a tag. I don't know if I want it to be this big. I think I want to use this one. So let's get that cut out right now. So it's something to put inside. So this was a really fun ephemera sheet. I thought it was really fun. And I was almost debating like edging the tag with this, but then I saw my Kiritaki Gold sitting across from me looking at me being like, use me. And I was like, Liquid Sunshine's gotta come out. So that's what I want to do. If you like snarky sentiments like I do, like I don't do like everything in snark and sarcasm, but it's fun and it's a way to like kind of blow off some steam. And I can use like real fun, prim and proper images with that. So then we have a multi-purpose thing going on, right? That's fun. So I am going to have this be the tag. I do need to get out my Crocodile. And what I'm going to do is punch the hole in here. And let's see if I can get this. My cat is running around and I'm going to put a grommet in here. I have a little suitcase full of paper, and it's like a paper caddy, like it would take to a crop. It's like on rollers. I don't know where I got them. I have 3 of those things because I have a lot of paper, and I have like 2 or 3 closets, probably 2 closets. Is it 2? Yeah, it's 2.5 closets full of paper. Let me just put that right there, and it moves. Like I don't. It doesn't matter if it's gonna move, and then I'm probably just gonna put some put some of the ribbon in here. I don't know if I want to do the black lace, if I want to do the pink, so we're kind of keeping it like, I think I want to do the pink just to kind of keep that going. Okay, so my big fumbly fingers is going to pick a little pokey tool and kind of poke through here. And I'm going to decide really where I want to cut this off at. I am going to use, I think, if I can find it, my ribbon cutting scissors. I have those, and that's how I'm going to use that. And I'm not necessarily at this moment, I'm not going to, yeah, well, I already did that. I committed to that, so I am not going to cut it off or anything yet, or I am going to cut it off. I am not going to tie it off or anything yet because I don't for sure know how I want to go about doing that. Like what kind of a knot or tie that I want to use. So I'm just going to leave it like that just for now. I am, however, going to get out something from my color palette. So I played up the blue with the girl and the thread. I played up the pink with the red and the ribbon. I think I'm going to play up the shabby shutters just a little bit. So I am just going to kind of edge this to make it look aged a little bit with the shabby shutters. And I could have done this before I laid it down and made it a pocket. You're right. Why didn't I do that? See, it's new, so it's not like keeping the ink on here. I just didn't. So I didn't. There's no rhyme or reason. So you could have done the pocket before, like edged up the pocket before. Now I'm going to get out my Kuretake Gold. I think I want to age this a little bit too. And I'm kind of debating because I have the blue is pretty well represented in here, and so is the pink, really, right? So let's just get out. Maybe the blue is more represented. Oops, my little slip there. Let's get out the worn lipstick. And if it's hard for you to see me, if I'm too close, I'm too far away, let me know and I will kind of adjust in future videos. I have a new camera, so I've been like playing with it with my software on my laptop and stuff like that. So everything's like a little bit of a work in progress in my craft room. But hey, that's what we are as people. So just embrace it. Okay. So I do shake this up that has that little bit of the ball bearing in it. I'm going to take the tag and the tag out. I think these are so perfect. You don't have to do this big size if you don't want to, but I really like to use that template. And I do need to charge my computer because I forgot to plug it in. So let me do that while we're here, just so we don't lose anything. And then I am just going to get, I love this brush. It's a size 12, to like kind of outline things with the Kuretake. I really like to use what's from the lid first because I don't want to use too much. Um, I'm just going to briefly outline this because that's not going to make it look like such stark of a cut. And I did not um, do any like ink blending or anything on the edges. So you can kind of see where that didn't perfectly glue down. I'm not going to worry about that. We're just going to keep going. And covering up is the name of the game. So if you don't want any of this stuff covered up, you're going to have to be a little bit mindful of that. But I just wanted these things in the back to be the background. So I'm not really worried about that. They're not the focal point. So if I'm covering some of this fun, crafty goodness up and that bothers you, just remember that if you want that to be more of the focal point, then to think out probably where you want to do the outlining or the edging of any sort of paint or anything like that. Or you just want to ink it up. I mean, that's completely up to you. This is your project. You do what you will. We'll sound like Mr. Producer on Craft Roulette. This is your art project. We're not here to tell you what to do. um, And that's just kind of probably how I want to leave it because I really like her. I'm thinking I maybe want to outline this frame down here, like make it look like a little bit of a frame with the lady. I don't want to cover up the all of it. I just want to like have it like highlighted like that, just a little bit in the corner. I really like that. I am going to put this off to the side because I need to clean up my stuff just a little bit. And that's really all I have for you today. And this has been one big large tag in about 30 minutes. And it's just a fun and simple tag. If you want to make this like zhuzh it up a little bit more and make this a little bit more flashy, you can. And post it in the community, my community tab, and see, share with everyone what's going on. But this is just going to be one piece of my project for what a bigger project that I have going on that I'll be creating with intermittently. I like having all of these works in progress. I'm not going to lie to you because it kind of keeps me crafty. It keeps the ideas flowing. And I love creating projects within projects. I don't need something to be completely finished and polished, and I'm bumping my camera. My apologies. Every single time in a crafting session, because that's not really what I craft for. I craft for a lot of self-care. And I hope you guys too, because I interact with a lot of you guys in my lives and in other people's lives when we see each other, and you're kind of the same way. So let me know what you like about this project. Let me know if you grabbed the coupon code below and if you grabbed your own Stitch in Time and what you're going to make with it. I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your week. I will see you on Sunday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And don't forget to take time for self-care. Bye, guys.
Last night all I think about is you.